Okay, I got a booster shot of calories. Doing okay. Getting back into I forgot to mention. Damn. Well, it was there. I'm gonna shut up for a second. Okay then. Captain says, I really just wish you played Dragon Quest XI. Danganronpa's a bit too ... something for me to enjoy it. I understand what you mean. Danganronpa is a game that is drenched in despair. But it tries to make despair stylish, you know? Like, Last of Us Part 2 is a game that it just wallows in despair and misery. But Danganronpa makes it poppy and like fashionable. But I get where you're coming from. I do. Excuse me. I've been drinking a lot of mimosas. I got a lot of citrus in my noggin right now, which means a lot of phlegm. It also means echo in the mic. I guess, but it's still despair. No, you're not wrong. Danganronpa. There's a reason I haven't played through the whole thing, and it's because it leaves me feeling a little what's the word? Exerted. Everything about Danganronpa is like tension and pain and misery, and like it never gets fun. Also, since it's a visual novel, there's not exactly any interesting gameplay to keep the dispirited gameplay in balance. That extremely valid notes, Captain. Extremely valid. I think that's extremely accurate. Hard disagree. The class trials are fun. The class trials are the moments of justice. Fun, I think it piggybacks along with that, but the class trials are when it becomes Phoenix Wright. The problem is, it's like... Sorry, Citrus. I'm just gonna talk through it. Fuck it, we'll roll with it. You guys get sultry, phlegmy Lawrence. A visual novel isn't a game. Well, hold on, Fluke. All right. We're going too deep too fast. We gotta unpack this shit. Also, I've had a lot of mimosas. This conversation is perfect to have on mimosas, and I'm delighted to do it over the Danganronpa menu screen. Too much too fast, though. Okay. Point number one. Yeah, if you're not into despair, I don't think the justice of the class trials is payoff. If you're just not into the theme, totally fine. You know, I think that's acceptable, and it's something that I've thought a lot about, because this isn't a game I've come back to organically. You know, it was more than a year since I played it last. That's something I hope to call attention to, and why I tapped out of the intro. Is the play date was there, and it was like January 9th, I think, 2020, so over 1 year ago. It's not a game I feel drawn or compelled to come back to. It's a good game, though. That doesn't mean it's bad. It's very good. But it's because of it depends on the player's preference. I have a hard time playing games that try to really like jazz up. ostensibly pretty negative ideas. Welcome to the Phlegm Zone. Damn right, Dusty Knobs, you're in it. Thank you for the sub, by the way. No More Heroes is kind of like that, too. I would say it's a uniquely Japanese sentiment, but Last of Us Part 2 feels that way as well. Where I just walk away with it. I walk away from that game feeling like trash. And it's not because, like, it's a bad game. It's not a, well, it's not a bad game. Alright. Now on to, this game is about absurdity in the extremes. You need the concepts and graphic sound design because the plot played as straight is not great. I agree with that. I agree with that a lot. Battle Royale is essentially as straight as you can play this, and Battle Royale already did it. I think it's already done. So I'm totally okay with the way this game executes, and the style, and the music, and I'm okay with a lot of it. I'm okay with all of it. It does kind of bum you out, though. It just kind of does. Already into this. Let me throw that to the idea that visual novels aren't games. By and large, that's true. By and large. There are some visual novels that border, but yeah. I'm trying to reacquaint myself now. I have to remember how to play this game. There's also... So I'm in Chapter 2. I remember doing... I don't remember who Sayaka is. I remember doing the first trial. I remember doing the events after the first trial. Kind of. More than anything, I remember that the last time I played this game, in my hubris, I was like, what a great opportunity to develop my voice acting skills. So, I tried doing generic anime voices for all the characters, which was fun. And, but for the mimosas and the phlegm, I probably would do, or I would attempt again, but... No, instead, this time, this play, and this is something I wanted to warn chat about, and certainly none of my behaviors to this point have demonstrated this, but this is going to be, potentially, there's heavy screen tearing when you turn. Yeah, that's a thing. Let me see if I can turn on VSync. Yeah, no, I'm getting screen tearing as well. If I'm lucky... Okay, I'm not. One second. I don't think this works, but I'm gonna try it. I'm nearly convinced this is not going to work, but I'm gonna try it anyway. That's a PSP game for you, yeah. Unfortunately, my list of tools, of troubleshooting tools, can make it so I don't see any visual tearing, but that doesn't mean you won't. The nature of clone displays in Windows is a curious thing. And if there is a wrapper utility you can use to run full screen games in borderless full screen mode, that would solve the problem. It genuinely would. I think I still saw tearing, but this may have been a thing that was just not, that I just couldn't solve in the past. Yeah, that's still tearing. So, yeah, well, now we're in that fun circumstance where I don't see any visual tearing, but for some reason, you got to disable anti-aliasing to fix the screen tearing. Okay. I will do that. Oh, there it was. So where do I do that? Where would one disable anti-aliasing if they wanted to? White text against black backgrounds is really straining my eyes, yeah? PSP ports definitely didn't have anti-aliasing. Yeah, might be GeForce control panel thing. Well, now I'm struggling to appreciate how disabling anti-aliasing at the control panel level would mitigate screen tearing at this level. Games cannot be defined so clearly, in my opinion. Video games are neo-media that include nearly every other media within. I personally think visual novels should be counted as games. So, I understand where you're coming from. The term video game is complicated. You would think, for something to be called a video game, it has to be a game. What is a game? It is a rule set. It is innately, well, competitive, maybe not, but it has a rule set, it has rounds, it has turns, and it has an end condition. It has rules. It has input and feedback. Input and output, that's one part of it, for sure. All right, let's do it. Let's run it up on the NVIDIA control panel and see what happens. Basketball's a game. Baseball's a game. Chess is a game. Checkers is a game. Hopscotch is a game. Tic-tac-toe is a game. Visual novels. That starts to get a little more complicated. It does. I think when it comes, like, to say a visual novel is not a game is not to say that a visual novel doesn't have value. It's not to say that a visual novel doesn't have, like, artistic merit. It has all those things. It's kind of also not a game, but I think video game, like, that term is different. It doesn't mean a game played through video. And a lot of ways it does, but not all the ways. To aliasing mode. Drop to off. I shall. Bang. That would be pretty wild if, like, you know, I've seen weirder things. If VSync or frame tearing were for some reason in the engine tied to anti-aliasing being available. Visual novels are sports. Now we're doing it. I think I still saw visual tearing. I think it's 100% the, like, window mode that it's in Windows. There's something about a full screen. Yeah, it's still there and it's bad. I think that's just part of playing a really old ass PC port. Again, like I said, there are wrappers that can run a full screen, a dedicated exclusive full screen game like this in borderless window, which is what would solve this. But I think in the exact scenario I'm playing this game, when it comes to Windows duplicating displays, it's just gonna be. Wait, hold on. Check your launcher.ini for the line skip equals false. What am I skipping? So, yeah, when it comes to a visual novel, I think some of them, by definition of what a game is, and by definition of the way that players interact with them, they can loosely, kind of, almost, basically, fit the criteria of a game. Kind of. Sort of. Almost. If you're very generous, yes. Ish. But it's semantics. The thing is, like, so much of that conversation, if it were to happen, and I've seen it happen a couple times, is so much more emotional than just figuring out what words to call things. It's so much rooted in, like, people feeling like their hobby or what they love is being treated as invalid. Okay. Launcher.ini. There's not a launcher.ini. Doesn't exist. Does that just boot the game? Oh. Well, this might work out. Bang! Oh, you know what? Alder Irish, thank you very much for delivering me directly to exactly the window I needed to get to. That was a weird sound. Okay. I think we're all right. Finally, I tried to tell you 3 times. My bad. My bad. Game has a settings menu that happens before the game launches, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I got there eventually. Or did I? Okay. It really is just fucking parameters on the command line. Bless up! Hey, you know what? Shoutouts to chat for demanding a superior video experience and driving me to find a way to do it. Look at that. Beautiful. Nothing tearing. What I've noticed, I don't know. Personally, the AV nerd in me has noticed an amount of a micro stutter. The exact thing that wasn't supposed to happen anymore. Okay. Back to what I was saying before. Based on all the mimosas, this is going to be a pretty relaxed playthrough. Once I figure out what the heck I'm supposed to be doing. I guess I'm going to go to the dining hall. Still down for stimulating chats. I love the there's a map button. There's a map button. It's that one. Okay. I love like diving into the weeds about what constitutes a game or not. To me, I think it kind of hits at the heart of suspension of disbelief when it comes to a game, or I think even more specifically than that, the kinds of experiences people want out of games. What's up, Boda? Oh yeah, clicker games. Interesting subject when it comes to what makes a game, or games that make you wait. Yeah, clicker games, and the ways that visual novels provide you the illusion of interactivity for the sake of narrative, or self-insertion into a narrative. Clicker games provide the illusion of interactivity for this idea of progress. Numbers getting bigger. There are 2 things that video games can do, and I think they equally kind of, provide that experience, but they shortcut the video game part. Let's see here. The definition we generally agreed on in game design classes in college is a game is a system in which players engage in an artificial conflict defined by rules that results in a quantifiable outcome. I don't know that conflict is necessary. In something like Minecraft, like, players are beset by conflict, but there's no grand conflict that you are presented with when you join the game. You know? I think there are open world games, something like The Sims. You know, you boot it up. There's no conflict. The game will present you with micro conflicts to invest in, but there's no conflict that the game presents you with as the objective. You know? In chess, the objective is to beat your opponent. But like something like The Sims or SimCity, what's the goal of SimCity? Oh, sorry. Conflict is not meant to be taken literally. Anything you can achieve but don't have is a conflict. Okay. Yeah. I mean, there were a few games that still revolve purely around cooperation within boundaries. But I guess even that, there's still an objective. There's something to be achieved. Means Jay, how's my day or evening? It's great. I'm a bottle and a half of champagne into the day. I'm having a great one. Staring at some anime, having some game design, or even like video game identity conversations. Good shit. Where in the conflict is Baba is you. Well, so Baba is you is pretty straightforward, I would think, from a design perspective. Each one kind of presents you with an attainable, immediate goal. I guess to me it's less about conflict and more about goal. I think you can have a goal without conflict, but conflict implies a goal. At 95% of the times, video games present you with conflict to create a goal. But sometimes you can come to a game with only a goal. I only want to draw something. I only want to... make music, but I think maybe then the conflict is I want to attain my goal. So, you know, maybe I'm being overly semantic. I guess when it comes to reactionary stuff, sometimes I get a little annoyed that games are seen so much as a visitation of conflict, because they are. That's what people want, and it's fine. But there are things I think about. It's that whole like, well, you've just run into a giant brick wall called human nature. It's like, I guess so. Yeah, maybe I'm being overly cynical. Some of the best games ever don't focus on conflict at all. Wii Sports, well, you know, it's competition, but The Sims, Minecraft, I think these are... some of the things that are the least video gamey end up being the most popular. Do I enjoy natural or unfiltered wine? I can't say I've ever had it. A goal doesn't need to be defined by the game, it can be defined by the player as well. That's the kind of game, and I guess to some degree maybe it's starting to fall outside of that word. But the ones where the player can... and this is where it gets really weird. If the player can create their own goal and then attain it. I feel like Breath of the Wild was really good about... replacing conflict with goal is better to define a game? Yeah. I was responding to being called the resident Swede of the chat. We don't have conflict here. Yeah. I mean, I think it's... I think de-escalation is... The older I get, the more I realize what a virtue it is. Kind of like collecting all trophies or achievements in games. Yeah, Bewitched Riddle. That was what really got me into achievement points in like the 2000s. Oh, Brittany, you remember watching me starting to play this years ago? It was years ago, literally years ago, which is not the best way to play this game, but yeah, I'm dipping in here and there. But one of the things I'm fascinated about are the... And one of the things that truly does restore my faith in humanity is the games that don't revolve around conflict or destruction. And those are the ones that get the huge numbers. Like Nintendogs or The Sims. Is this a new save? This is me playing through the game the first time. I don't trust Chihiro. 1 second. She knows what she's doing. Yeah, look at that. She knows. She knows. Oh, sorry. She sure does. It's okay. If the game came out in like 2000s, I'm allowed to use 2000s terminology. What do you think about this novel so far? So Visual novels, when I like describe them, I talk about them in terms of, like, they're a TV show. It's a TV show that couldn't afford actors or a camera. Which is like, no, I should take that back. It's a TV show. It's like the projection of a TV show that exists in the medium of video games versus the medium of TV. I don't think a show like this would ever get a budget. So I'm happy that it exists in video game form. All right. How is it as a show? Pretty good, I think. I'm into it. I like the music. I like the score. I like the characters. If the entire game is a death march of every character I like dying, I'm going to be a little less into it, just personally. And that's kind of what it's setting itself up to be. So I'm a little on guard, and that's kind of the reason I haven't played it a ton. It did get a budget. There are 3 animes for sure. I'm speaking in context of, like, the first game, which is what I'm in, right? Although this is the re-release of the first game, so whatever. It's just the digital version of a Choose Your Own Adventure. Yeah, Hasten, but I really like Choose Your Own Adventure games, so I'm into it. I think there's a grand possibility for writers and storytellers and creators, artists and musicians to express themselves via this medium. And if they want to do it in this way, that's fine. I don't necessarily have a philosophical problem with hitting buttons to progress in a linear narrative. Maybe that's my, like, my JRPG education. That's like the thing that I had growing up. I do think that there was a wave of, like, games media where their emotional quickening was JRPGs. So there was, like, this sentiment for a long time that story-driven games were the future of games. I don't necessarily. I don't now, nor did I ever think that was necessarily the case. But I think it's fine it's a good version of what it is, especially since it, like, launched on a PSP. So, you know, humble beginnings. Kind of keep that in mind. I gotta figure out what I'm gonna. That's free time, right? I get to talk to whoever I want, which means we run to Sakura. Are there any puzzles to solve or decisions to make, or is it simply people talk at you until it ends? I think it's you have to find the right people to talk to until it ends. I think can you beef the, what happens if you beef the, trials? Is it just like game over and then you start over? That was kind of the deal with Phoenix Wright, you know? That's not a game, then just reading chapters of text. A bit. King, I think there is. I don't disagree with you. I think to call that a game would require some like playing in the headspace of the prospective player. It's okay. It's okay to do something that's not a game. It's okay to like that. You could be a gamer and still play visual novels, you know. To some degree, I think the classification is unnecessary, but as somebody who lives with that, I get it. This game is mostly on rails. That's okay. I think maybe the context that is never thought about is there was an entire. I may be assuming too much. This is always my thought. Japan is commuter, right? They get on a train, and then 30 minutes a day, you're on a train. What would you rather do? I mean, we listen to podcasts in the United States, but portables were more of a thing. So, you know, visual novels. Why not? Why not see a television show in a video game format? Why not have it delivered that way? So I feel like there's totally a place for this kind of stuff, and I think it does slot comfortably into a great niche where experimental ideas, maybe nuggets of interactivity, can be packaged around what is ostensibly a TV show with minimal voice acting because the budget's not there. You couldn't convince a house to pick it up. If you like anime, why not? Why not play that game? You know, you just have to hit a button to make the show go forward. And if you've ever whipped out your phone to just like play a match 3 while you're watching a TV show, bro, Like, how is that different from a visual novel? Although a match 3 plus visual novel would be pretty sick. I actually don't remember the button. There it is. Enemy that is at your pace? Yeah, there's that. You play Tetris? Yeah. This brings back one of the GDC talks, I think, where people were considering fail states and how it evolved across the ages. Before, failing meant that you failed, but it's less rewarding overall. People have started to understand that fail states can lead you further. In a sense, that's what you choose. Your own adventure goes there, which is great, to be honest, rethinking the way we think about fail states in video games. Yeah, fail states in video games were like all about coin op for a long time. Trying to present somebody with failure at the like emotionally perfect time, so they would want to put in more money. They would want to keep going. Some of that sentiment does carry over. Hugo Martin, and of course this I'm going to relate this back to Doom, but Hugo Martin talks about fail states and their importance to get the player to adapt to a game experience they may not already know about. Like, it's kind of important. The second anyone does something that they don't know, they're gonna not be great at it right away. So if you want to present somebody with a gameplay experience that you know they don't know because it's new, but also there's a really high skill cap, failure has to be a part of that. It has to be. Or, to put it another way, like a moment of correction, a teachable moment. You have to hit those, because if you just enable whatever the player wants, then, you know, then you're like Grand Theft Auto, or then you're like Far Cry. So, I don't know. Meanwhile, David Cage, fail states are a failure of game design. Yeah. That speaks to this whole other ideal of what interactive entertainment can be. I use that term instead of video games because once you start talking about that, the game part of it starts to dissolve. What's a game without boundary? What's a game without failure condition? Then it's just two kids saying like, well, I shot you. Well, I just developed bulletproof skin. Well, I have bulletproof skin piercing bullets. Well, no, I just contacted your bullet dealer and I swapped out those bullets with other ones that bounce off. Yeah, Hardwater, I understand that you disagree. Like, Cage is a storyteller. He's not about fail states. He's not about mechanics. His games are very clear about that. Video games to him are a means of interactive storytelling, not about gameplay systems. He's a storyteller? There's a story in there somewhere. I can't wait to play. Yeah, let's spend time with Celeste. Fuck it. Okay, so that's right. The Persona-esque quality of visual novels is how it becomes a game, theoretically. So, the only video game part of Danganronpa is that when you have free time, you have blocks of time to spend with people, and then it's just about who you choose to spend time with, and then you get little nuggets of information about characters, unless I do one of these, and then I don't get anything. I don't think I have any presents. Celeste doesn't strike me as a potato chip kind of person. Is it the actual bust, or is it the... I feel like she would like a demon angel princess figure. Never mind. She was too classy for my anime girls. Alas. I thought David Cage was a self-relating douche nozzle who thinks he's the literal video game god of writing. He can come off that way, or he has come off that way. I think Detroit mellowed me out a lot on him. The framing device of that game, the way that it's structured, its like segments. Detroit is a visual novel. So was Heavy Rain. David Cage makes visual novels. He just has a budget. That's it. I appreciated that Detroit specifically, in its own design, communicated to you, yeah, I'm a visual novel, as opposed to something like Heavy Rain, which tries its hardest to not be dumb. So, Flaves, you missed the first talk to the internet in like forever. Well, there's one on YouTube, and this one will be up in a couple of days. So. Yeah, I haven't played Beyond Two Souls yet. The Beyond Two Souls I'm excited about because if anything, hopefully it captures the height of video game aughts pretense. The fucking art crowd in gaming in the aughts was insufferable, and they're even more insufferable now because there's more of them, but anyone who thought Heavy Rain was good, there were a lot of them too. A lot of people convinced this was the future of video games. So fucking stupid. That's the thing that, like, my faith in games media is pretty destroyed at this point, but I remember the first time I was like, wow, you guys don't know what you're talking about, was when people said Heavy Rain was good and thought it was a new thing, that like that kind of game was new or fresh. Not even because of visual novels at that point. It was just straight up it was another kind of FMV game, and there were tons of those in the 90s, and they all sucked ass, and so did Heavy Rain. But that game got like 9s out of critics, and I was like, oh my god, you guys are all babies. You have not played anything. You've played no games. Oh goodness. What do you think about What Remains of Edith Finch? That's a pretty inventive visual novel, and it's like cycles through a ton of mini games, which I think is pretty clever. I have skill points. I forgot about. Wait, what? I remember legit liking Indigo Prophecy when it came out. I liked it to a point, but that was still an FMV game, and one that just goes fucking bonkers. That's real David Cage. That's unrestrained. Nobody told him no, David Cage. It's the second half of Indigo Prophecy. Man, God bless. Why does she have a skill? Oh, wait, hold on. There's a good tweet. Let me click on this tweet. Detroit Become Human changed me forever. It proved to me that video games didn't have to be about killing people. They could evoke complex themes and subtle emotions, resonate differently with different people. Hashtag happy. 22QD. Yeah, there's a lot of game creators that have climbed on top of the hill and proudly said, "I've made a game that's not about killing," and the world moves on. Those games actually tend to be the most popular. You know, your Tetrises, your Minecrafts. It's not about murder. It's not about Ironsight's death, Reload, Journey. Sure, yeah. Pac-Man. You know. Undertale. There are games that are literally not about violence, and in some cases even acknowledge the trope of violence and refute them. Animal Crossing. Yeah. Honey Pop. Yeah. Exactly, Ace. Yes. Astroneer, Terraria, Stardew Valley, Harvest Moon before that. There truly is a rainbow of like beautiful games out there, and living in this, to me, it feels more and more bubble to be like, oh, video games just about dudes being like, yeah, tits, and shooting shit. I mean, it's there, sure. It was there, but I don't know. I think the market responds pretty favorably to games that are not just about murder, ripping and tearing. And I appreciate that. To me, that That restores a little of my faith in humanity. This is like, the fact that Nintendogs sold so well. I'm like, I mean, whatever. People like dogs. Shocker, right? But still. I would rather Nintendogs sell than Man Killer 8. Tit fucker 25. The tits are bigger than ever. Reload your balls. It's time to fuck those tits. I like Kiyotaka a lot. Arishimaru. I want to hang out with him. Yes. He's intense, but I appreciate that. It was a Nintendo DS release title. You needed something to play. Was it release? I thought Nintendogs came a chunk after, but I could be wrong about that. God, I remember playing a lot of, what did I play release? I remember playing Mario 64, Sprung, the Ubisoft dating visual novel. Man, you want to fucking throw it back. That game was actually pretty good. Oh shit, I've got to play Sprung now. Because it like tried to be hip. It tried to be hip in 2006, and that's the thing that's going to, like, age the worst. Or 05, I think. Yeah, XXXY Feel the Magic. Damn. That was a good game. I like that one a lot. Very, very Space Channel 5. It was like, I remember playing that and being like, damn, man, old school Sega came back for a sec. I feel like he would like the gloves. Yeah, for a literal second, like, oh, yeah, that's basically it. Feel the Magic was a fun couple of evenings. God. Oh, man, what a moment in time. I remember getting the, so there was a video player you could get for the DS, and you would put an SD card into a Game Boy Advance cartridge and then put it in the game GBA slot, and then you could play video on your DS. And I remember ripping episodes of 24 from a DVD, transcoding it, and like cramming it down into 80 megabytes so that I could watch it on my DS when I went on a skiing trip with my friends. And I remember being in the backseat of a car while the driver was just blasting the Wicked soundtrack. Because in this particular car, for some reason, the front speakers didn't work. So, only the rear speakers worked in the car. She wanted to hear it. You know, of course, it's Wicked soundtrack. And she was just like, boom! And I was like trying to listen to Jack Bauer screaming at people. Was it worth it? Not really, no. No, because, well, it turns out most of the time, 24 is a show where not a lot happens anyway, and this was like season 1, so I was just staring at like this blurry, pixelated mess of people talking and trying to listen to it. It's a very, extremely mid-2000s moment in time. All right, I'm gonna give him the mitts. I feel like he would appreciate boxing mitts. There we go. I knew it. See? Me and Taka, we got a thing going. That was the trip where I got this scar on my thumb. Well, there's no way camera's gonna pull focus on that, but I have a scar on my thumb because I was like skiing, and I thought I'd do a really cool thing and like drop my hand and like drag it along the snow. Snow is not all powder, by the way. So in that lovely drift of snow I was like fucking rad turning on, there was just like a outcropping of ice, just like shoop, took a chunk out of my thumb. I didn't even know until I like, because it was cold, right? So my hand was pretty numb. I was skiing lower on the mountain, so it was pretty cold. Yeah, you don't do that. Yeah, ice knife. Yeah, so there's that. And then the other chunk out of my thumb came from working on my van as a kid. I say kid, I think I was like 17. Yeah, 17 is still pretty kid. Let's see, the DS thing is an accomplishment. What, watching 24 on my DS? Yeah, ice will fuck you up. Yeah, no, That's when I think I tied a napkin around my thumb and then put a glove on. And that's why I have a giant scar, because it was just like ice and frozen blood and a napkin. Because I didn't want to, like... I got to the bottom of the run, I was like, fuck. I was like with the friends, I didn't want to make a thing, so I just like went into the, like... there was, you know, at the bottom of every run, there's like a cafe that serves shitty burgers and coffee and stuff, so... I just went in there, grabbed a couple of napkins, tied it off, and then shoved my glove back on. Reading the Steam reviews of Danganronpa series is so funny. I feel like this game would have pretty strong reactions, yeah. I'm gonna mellow you out, Taka. I'm gonna do it. Oh, he didn't react to that. Oh shit, he's screaming and blabbering now. Fuck me. All right. The Danganronpa face. Is that a thing? Fluids from every orifice. Well, that has a different... That's got a different word now. You're not allowed to, You're not allowed to wear those shirts at anime conventions anymore. I do that a lot. Everyone in Danganronpa is filled with fluids. Oh, I get to try again? So this sucks, though. I hate the idea of consuming pop media as homework just so you have something to talk about people with. Crap. I put him down the dark path. There are people who do that, and it's annoying, man. I always love any depiction of anime people where their, like, eyebrows are projecting off their head. This man's eyebrows are so severe. There it is again. Have any plans for 13 Sentinels Aegis Rim? It is what might be one of the most ambitious sci-fi plots of all time, and nails it super hard. I started it. I was curious about it because it's Vanillaware, right? Now those guys are great. Is 13 Sentinels backwards compatible? I want to get back to it. I do. Putting it in the streams is a little rough, but I'm aware of that game. I bought it. I just haven't played it more than once. I got past the first couple of encounters. I guess I was expecting it to be a bit more of a game than a visual novel, but after playing it, I'm like, okay, I think this is more visual novel than game. You just put a game in there just for fun, it seems like. And I'm okay with that, you know. It's just, I think I came at that with a different understanding of what the mix would be. You know, you take a sip of the cocktail and you're like, whoa, that's boozy. I wasn't expecting that. You sit on it for a second, you're like, okay, I'll come back to it. Because yeah, the pedigree of the developer made me think it was going to be more like intense game than novel. The VN and game are pretty separated. It seemed that way, yeah. I was like, here's a lot of story, and now it's like, okay, now go play Plants vs. Zombies. Hey, you're back. All right, here's anime. It was Vanillaware. Okay. Yeah, it was purely like, I remember waking up and just like, you know, bumping around the internet, and it was like, Vanillaware made a new game. And I was like, fuck. All right, well, let me check that out. And I didn't quite know what to think of it right away. I think I figured it out by the end of it, but I haven't gone back to it. So that's kind of where I'm at. Apparently you can do the RTS stuff and ignore the visual novel part if you want. I don't know that I want that. I unlocked the skill Attentive Influence. Delightful. No, I want to like, almost out of respect for Vanillaware, I'm just like, hey, if you put it in the game, I'll pay attention to it. So the visual novel part seemed, it almost seemed like, yeah, I'm gonna do it. Almost seemed like kind of Cloud Atlas-y in scale, where it almost says to you, okay, there's a lot. Like, we got a lot to get through here. And in the same way of Cloud Atlas, like, the game, at least to me, communicated, like, we worked really hard on this. There's a lot here, and I promise it's worth it. But you're going to have to stick with it for a second. And I got through that second, I think, and I was like, I don't know that I'm ready for, like, an anime epic right now. That's kind of where I was at. So I want to get back to it, but I feel like it would require like a few solid evenings in a row, you know, to really play and get. Maybe I just need to dedicate that time. Deathamiri Witch, thank you for the sub. Did you ever try out Battle Block Theater? Oof. To my grand shame, I have to admit, I'm kind of behind on. I'm blanking on the. Is it something bit? No. Shucks. For some reason, I'm at a bit of a loss for the developer name. But
let's see if this works.
I played other games. I think Battle Block was the last one I didn't play, and then Pit People came out, I think. How much for you to sing Yellow Rose of Texas? Well, you see, I am personally, I don't know what it is, just something about my personality. I don't like the idea of something about that monkey dance sentiment that feels really like it just makes me want to say no. But then the answer is actually $20,000. So if you just slip 20 big ones right into my account, I'll pay you, please. Oh, I don't want to get into that. $20,000 US, Johan. You heard them. Yeah, everybody's got a price. You're damn right. Oh, he's mad at me now. So yeah, most of the interactivity in Danganronpa basically comes down into like, do you want more dialogue or not? And I mean, I'm here for the dialogue, so the answer is always going to be yes. Forgetting the class trials, that's true. Yeah. And that, I don't think I'm qualified enough to speak on yet. I've only seen one trial, maybe two. Man. I get it, though. I think... I for a long time, I was conflicted about the prospect of streaming a visual novel. I mean, even apart from waxing philosophic about their classification as an interactive medium, it's also just kind of tough to figure out how to read the game, read chat, and then respond to chat, and also discuss the game. A lot of reading. I guess reading is the one thing I can't do simultaneously. But the good news is, since visual novels are so music heavy in terms of their experience, typically a lot of effort is paid into making the music really relaxing. Or something that can be looped indefinitely, which actually makes it pretty good for streaming. Pretty good stuff. Case in point.
say it, but you're in bad shape.
Send your account info. I can pay in a couple days. I'll be sending my social security, GPS data, hair follicle, and family tree right on over. Actually, for 20 grand, I think I'd be okay putting all that down. Yeah, stool sample, you got it. I'll shit in a box and mail it for 20 grand. That'd be the easiest 20 grand I ever make. You kidding me? Hey, what's up, underscore? Not sure what this game is, but I'm all about it. Glad to hear it. Yeah. We're having a cutesy bathroom aside in our murderous anime.
That's one less horror.
Just need your cum. Just a little bit cum. Just one dab. Just give me one squirt. That's it. One squirt, this 20 grand will be cleared. Just start sending spam emails like that. Sir, I have 20 grand sitting in an account. In the Cayman Islands, all I need is one drop of your semen, sir. Please, mail it here. I must verify your semen integrity. Why does Japan have this weird obsession with killing games? Is it because of Battle Royale? I think... I don't know. I tossed the idea around a bit in my head and I realized I'm not super qualified to say what I was expecting or planning to say. Okay, let me qualify it this way then. As an ignorant white dude who's just seen a grip of like anime and Japanese movies and dumb shit, like this is fully on into I've been to an anime convention a couple of times and now I have opinions on Japanese society kind of stuff. So let's couch it in that. That's where I'm coming from. It does seem like a lot of Japanese media is like Korean media can be this way too. Very willing to go to dark places. Like just bad places. But always with a point. Always with intent. Like something about Western media seems very like I think about something like Hostel, where the disgust is the point, and that's it. And there it is, and it's there, and it's well made, and it's interesting, and there's so many commentary and thoughts and all these things. Great, that's one thing. But I feel like there's something about despair coming back to it. There's maybe it's just like the culture's so much older, so they've invented more interesting ways to just think of horrific scenarios. But there's just something about like older cultures and the like societal fears they have and the societal demons they have, and they're so much more intense and core. You know, in the United States, you get cut up by somebody with a sword or somebody with a knife. You know, like it's a pedophile, he's coming after you. Nightmare on Elm Street, basically. In Western horror, you survive. Japanese horror, you just fucking die. It's more like everything about you is killed in the worst way. It's not just an assault on your physical being. That's so superficial. Like, oh, you need to imagine a little more. No, this will shred your soul. That's kind of what, to me, Japanese horror is. It finds a way to, like, attack your notions of life. And that's so much more profound than, like, oh, there's a mean guy with a knife. He's gonna stab you. Yeah, he got you. So, when it comes to, like, the horror that hits in Japan, or the horror that becomes a cultural wave, there just seems to be an intensity to it that is different. It's just different. So I do think you'd be hard pressed to claim that like something like Danganronpa was not influenced by Battle Royale. I think potentially more the desire to explore that genre. That's why I like how he's got a towel around his hair.
痩せ我慢してんじゃねえ。
Johan, you ain't joking?
痩せ我慢だと僕はまだまだ余裕だよ。鍋焼きうどんでも食べたいくらいだ。
Now I'm trying to think if I remember all the lyrics to Yellow Rose of Texas.
I'll protect you.
Johan, I got bad news. I think in my inebriated state, I may not know all the lyrics to Yellow Rose of Texas. What's up, Kala?
てめえこそ
Come back to anime
こ
time.
いつが回ってねえぞ。
That's true, Google's always there.
何を
I'm trying to do my best to, like,
まだまだ余裕だよ。
let some air out of the balloon.
寒くなってきたくらい。
危いじゃねえかそれ。
校内放送です。午後10時になりました。ただいまより夜時間になります。まもなく食堂はドアをロックされますので立ち入り禁止となります。ではでは、いい夢を。おやすみなさい。
The real surprises in the game is trying to figure out which archetypes they're going to subvert and which not. Yeah. Yeah. That's the whole thing in anime, right? Like the archetypes are so established that now it's just like a cup and shell game of which one are they going to invert? How where is the shocking twist this time? That's kind of the tragedy of
勝負に引き分けなど存在しない。
producing so much on the rails.
これだけが大事なのか。
てめえ言ったな上等だ。地獄の果てまで付き合ってあんよ。 おう
It's part of the reason why Miyazaki said anime was a mistake. Characters and stories become so cookie cutter. There's, I don't know. To me, the archetypes of YouTube, the archetypes of anime. That's anime, and then like YouTube algorithm, YouTube thumbnail faces is essentially the same thing as anime tropes. It's the same shit, man. It just becomes this like game where people want familiarity, so you have to deliver it to them. You have to. And then maybe once you give them what they want, they'll stick around for the things you want. This criticism was more about wide mass appeal, especially to otaku culture. Sure, yeah. No, I'm on the same wavelength, I think. I think these are paths that any medium take. The conflict of what's popular and what gets the eyeballs and what people want versus what creators want to say. Because those two things are never, rarely, very, very rarely in alignment. It's always a compromise. Well, it's been a long time since the double bubble baby baby. A long time, Monokuma. I still think that like when you really think about these games in the sense that like people play them for 30 minutes at a time on their commute, it makes tons more sense. I asked you for Deep in the Heart of Texas during your Doom run, and you said you sing Yellow Rose of Texas. Yeah? Did I put any conditions on it, Johan? The string of cheers is very appreciated, by the way, but it's starting to make me feel like a lady at the bar a couple of drinks in now. You're showering me with all this generosity. But like little snapshots of stories that individually conclude, but maybe leave you with a parting thought. Something you carry into your workday, something you carry with you when you get off the train to go home, that kind of deal.
おはようございます。朝です。7時になりました。起床時間ですよ。
I used to play this very game on an emulator on my phone for an hour on my daily commute. Well, like, imagine the people that could have sold you the game on an actual platform. How frustrated must they be? But yeah, that's its format. That's what it's for.
さて、今日も張り切っていきましょう。
I think there's such a possibility for that. It's weird that it hasn't really grabbed on. I guess, yeah, the United States, everyone drives, so podcasts. In Japan, everyone rides public transit, so what is happening? Ton of high school students blacked out one day, woke up in a school where all the doors are locked and the windows are bolted shut. And then they enter basically like murder games with each other. Monokuma is the headmaster of this environment. Monokuma issues the rules to everybody. And there are a fair amount of rules about how the students are allowed to interact and what happens when there is a trial. I think it's like, if you kill another student, you're allowed to go free. I recall that as one of the yeah, they force a murder or they will never leave. Yeah, so it's sort of like, but if you're caught, or I guess if they accuse you of murder, then you'll die. Kill them without getting caught. Yes, that's exactly correct. So a student dies and then there is a trial, and if they identify the right person, then that person is killed. But if they don't identify, like, there's not a lot of talk about what happens to the, like, I guess if they identify the wrong person, the killer gets to go free. Oh, if they accuse the wrong person, they all die. Oh, thank you very much, actual garbage. Okay. So you kill somebody, you get away with it. Everyone else dies, but you get to go free. That's the trade. Hello, touch my ham. I am having a great day. The best day. I'm almost 2 bottles of champagne into the day. I've had some egg whites. I've had some orange juice. It's been alright. Now I'm playing some animes. I'm talking to Watamote. I gotta finish that show. I really, really like that show. I thought it was rare for a show to depict your average bitter anime nerd, but make them female. I was slightly happy to see like that character get kind of picked up. That show was hard to watch, yeah. Little on the nose, right? Like you feel very seen watching that show. Not you. The general you, as in me. She's not gooing from every orifice yet. What's that all about? What do you think that sound's trying to be? It sounds like a typewriter, but there's like a echo to it. That clack clack clack.
いた本当にいたさあ苗木くん声をかけなさいは
I'm fascinated by sounds that make sense, but don't actually when you think about them. It's one of those I cannot join you on. I dreaded it very much, not because of the spotlight it shines on my nerdiness, but the character's consistent cringy failure to learn from their mistakes. Sorry, I really hated it. Oh, from, are you speaking about Danganronpa specifically, Yumbo?
ちょっと大声出さないでよ早く声かけなさいって
話しかけたいなら深川さんが
私が声かけたら私が
Oh, Watamose. Gotcha. Yes. That is... Yeah. Okay. Yeah, the character's failure to learn from mistakes. I think that was... I feel like that was part of the point of the show, in highlighting that kind of character. There really... I can't think of many narratives that try to make that kind of person the protagonist. But I can see how, like, you want to root for them, right? You want to believe that a character or a person like that can find a way to change their behavior pattern or change their vision of the world. And yeah, it doesn't happen in that show. I never finished the show though, so I can't really speak to what it did or didn't do. But from the sounds of it, not a whole lot changed. And that's not the best. Imagine if this game lets you kill one of the other characters. That was kind of the idea behind Vampire, right? The, Damn it, I can't remember who made that game. But it did seem to try to be that kind of game. Yeah, Happy Sack, right? Was that you could kill NPCs when you wanted, or in the way that you wanted, and that would, like, dynamically alter the narrative as you went through?
当然だ
Oh, that was Don't Nod. Yeah. Now that's an example of like Don't Nod trying to go the other way, you know? Don't Nod makes visual novels. Life is Strange, what have you. But they've made a couple of like more video game games. Remember Me, but then Vampire. Yeah. What's up, Unrequested? Welcome.
何度も言わせるな
Damn. You got nerd smell, girl. That didn't go so well, did it? Oh, there it is. There's that goo mouth. She's going.
そうかも Boop, boop, boop. Okie dokie.
Monokuma's theme again. Good shit. Great. Makoto is so done. Yeah? You think she's gonna be murdering before too long? Am I gonna have to vote Makoto out of the school? Enjoying the Japanese VAs way more than English ones. Are they more expressive? I am going to suggest, this is something I noticed in myself, but I find when I don't know the language, I imply a lot of my own imagination on the quality of the delivery. So that's why I always thought, for a long time I thought, or that was a realization I think I'd come to at some point in my anime watching career or video game playing career. This game's music is by the No More Heroes composer? I won't say that made sense to me before I heard that, but now that you've said that, it does make sense to me. There's that, like, rich bass synth. It gives it a really good, round, warm sound. And there's a lot of that in the No More Heroes soundtrack as well. But that sound of like high chimes plus like 808 Wyoming synth, that's also a very mid-2000s kind of sound. Would you ever rate my lo-fi shit to your MS Paint only memes related to gaming? Yes. Yes, I would. Wow. Yeah, exactly, Borden. That's the perfect onomatopoeia for that sound. That's the sound of the 2000s. Wow. I guess it was like sampling and digital music production got to the place where it was really easy to make great sounds that way. Played any Swearies the Missing? No. Is that a playable thing right now? Alright. So, ostensibly in these environments, I'm allowed to choose who I want to interact with, but sometimes it feels more like I have to find the person I'm allowed to interact with. Because they're not in here. Oh, for a year or so, The Missing is good? Oh, well, shit. I didn't know, I'm sorry. I do like Sweary. I am a fan of the Japanese game maker auteurs. I am. I like the output that they put out. Because it is so deeply experimental. Some of the times I don't necessarily finish those games. Like, I started Silver Case on DS and I was like, you know, sometimes it's not necessarily. Damn it. There's a map that shows everyone's location. You mean this one? Or is there another one? You said that, and it's ringing bells. Another one. I knew, yeah. There is one that just straight up tells you where everyone is in the pause menu. Okay. That's not the pause menu. Yeah, there we go. Okay. Well. So we're in the laundry room. Thank you very much. What is the objective right now? It's free time, so I just have to find somebody to talk to. Bosnian, thank you very much for the Prime. The Missing is fun, and you should play it without looking into it because spoilers suck. Yeah, no, that's exactly the kind of game I would want to go into with knowing absolutely nothing about it. Yes, spend some time with Sakura. Come on. I would love nothing better. Do you like old school survival horror games like IB Corpse Party? I haven't played either of those. I need to play Corpse Party. That's what I'm learning. Conducting a survey about The Missing for a sociology class. You mean if I plug it here? It's quite niche, so I'm having a hard time finding responses. Yeah, sure. Screw it. Go for it. What's up, Pipes? How you feeling today? Nah, it's fine. I'm feeling pretty good. Feeling toasty. I'm feeling warm. I've had a lot of champagne.
Aim for the head if you can find it.
Yeah, I feel like she would like this. Yeah.
Oi.
Ooh. Sakura's gotta beat the shit out of her dad. Kick those balls. Pipes! What the fuck's with this giant cheer? You gotta explain that. I've had too much champagne for cheers like that. Thank you very much. Jesus Christ. And his own, thank you for the prime. Huh. Did you ever play Firewatch? Yes. It was okay. That's a big boy cheer. Goodness. I'm gonna have to drink another mimosa cheer like that. Cheering like that? Dang. I promise everyone in chat right now, this is my solemn promise to you, that I will finish the second bottle of champagne. I've got maybe like one more mimosa in there. I'll do that for you. That's what you mean to me, so I'll return the favor by drinking that much champagne today. Chug. Chugging champagne. Okay. Oh, okay. It contains big spoilers. It's intended for everyone that experienced The Missing either by playing or watching a Let's Play. Yeah. Oh, Rhonda, I can see why your responses might be limited then, because that is a deep, deep cut in terms of video games. Ash a Million, thank you very much for the sub. Weepy Wednesday turns into Wasted Wednesday. Yeah, it's getting there. It's getting there. I might have to G Fuel up and rally back in a second. The headaches are starting to set in. I've been sipping on champagne since 9 a.m., man. That's when the inauguration clicked in, so. All right, well. You had a good lunch in there and water. I ate a biscuit and some fruit, and yeah, I'm drinking water now. So, hey, what are these skills? I'm unlocking like skill points, and I don't know what that means or where it goes. Oh, that's right. During trials. Okay.
校内放送。校内放送。まもなく夜時間となりますが、その前に、お前ら、生徒諸君は、至急体育館までお集まりください。
Well, you overslept. I mean, there's VODs, whatever.
Emergency! Emergency!
I wanted to be there. I wanted to have the inauguration happening on TV. I wanted to be sipping on champagne with my fat ass on the couch, and I wanted to be scrolling on Twitter, seeing the tears. And I lived that moment, and it was a beautiful moment. I'm savoring it still. Delightful. It was great. It was. It was civilized. It was constructive. It was beautiful. We got an emergency, though. Emergency. Hey, what up?
ええ。そう。じゃあね。
Most of these political events, I think of Jim from The Office going, it's one of those events, if you weren't there to see it live, you probably would barely care at all. Yeah, probably. I think in the grand scheme of time, those moments will fade. I don't know, though. Like watching, well, not worth getting into. Not worth getting into. But there have been some pretty exceptional moments in the last year, live streamed on the internet, that I'm pretty glad I was watching when they happened. I'll say that. Got this music, man. It's just like, hey, were you feeling good about having fun with your friends? Ha 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 ha! Your favorite murder bear's got something for you.
Oh. Oh.
Guy's hair is like a weird food. He's got a pompadour. And the better pompadour... Wait, what? Oh, it's in the gym. Right. Yeah, he's... In the olden days, the dude with the spikiest hair was the leader. Now, the person with the longest pomp is the leader. It's got to be like... If you look in the other direction, it's got to change the wind pressure in the room and potentially knock somebody to the floor. It's Josuke from Part 4 hair. I haven't gotten to Part 4 yet, but I'm excited. Excited to get there. I'm going to do my Dragon Ball studies first. Alright, break time. I'll be back. See you guys in a second. And we're back. And as suggested, Osia's OC has submitted their lo-fi memes. So let's review them for a moment. What do we got here? First of all, it's a meme supporting Carrion, and I'm all about that. I like the background here. I like the stroke. I like the hit of the text. Only problem at all. I'm super on board with the theme here. I'm super on board with the punchline. I think this text is not super readable. You got a drop shadow that's like light green, and I think that fits a certain like color scheme. Problem is your source photo doesn't match that color scheme. So like if the source photo were all like reds and magentas, this blue would probably pop a lot more. But you got blue on blue here. I think the dark green sort of fades into the background a bit. Readable text is I think the issue there. Let's move on to the next one. Let's see here. What's your problem, boss? You're too solid. Now let's get Asa loose. Damn. Okay. Lot going on here. Lot going on. A lot to like. The background is the big shell from Metal Gear Solid 2. A+ there. Sorry, I've had too much champagne. Pedro Pascal. There we go. Hot actor. Big right now. Super big. Having that be your Ocelot's pretty good. Arm around Oscar Isaac, who a lot of people want to be Solid Snake. Solid props there. Very, very good. Yeah, big brains behind the composition of this one. I enjoy the juxtaposition of the that's your problem boss, like he's big boss. Ocelus, bit of a stretch, but I think the wordplay plays on it. Deonix, yeah. If we're clicking over to critiques now, here's what I like. Here's what I like about the color grading of this. All of your text is green. That's great. You want your text to pop, right? Problem is it's against blue, and that's tough when you're dealing with background images that already have color complements in them. You got red and blue in the background already, or like orange and green. I'm liking this. I think there's some ground to be gained from Photoshop work. The masking is a little jarring here. You know, you can see
Get behind me, ma'am.
you can see some pixels. To some degree, that's charming. Johan, thank you for the cheer. One step closer, thank you for the sub. To some degree, lo-fi is charming, and also to some degree, you get away with a lot of masking fuzz like this. You get away with a lot of that by it being a low-grade meme. I think there's a degree to which low-grade gets in the way of readability and hit, and I think it loses a bit of hit because this text is just, the text is all hard to read. I'm super on board with the different fonts, the different stretching. So much of this is on point. I think it's just kind of missing functionally the text has to pop. And this gets a little fuzzy, this gets a little fuzzy. This here, the fact that the drop shadow has been fuzzed out makes it a lot harder to read. The text itself is kind of low res, so yeah. And Ace 102 is correct. The true tragedy is that the punchline is the hardest part of the image to parse. But man, can't say enough about the joke construction here, the execution, the source materials, the referencing of all of it's so good. It's, I think, more just bizarrely that it's a good problem to have. I think because the technical can come later. The fact that it's hard to read is also funny a bit. I think maybe this is where I'm coming from. But if you make a joke hard to get to, you're just going to lose people that get to it. And when you're dealing with memes are right here. Memes have got to be like, bang, I see it and it's funny. That's it. And if there's a beat beyond that, okay, now you're starting to you're asking a bit. And memes shouldn't, I feel like, maybe my philosophy, memes should just whack you right over the head. It's unironically shitty. Yeah, but at that point you're already... Well, if that's the intent, if you want to go to second or third level meme, sure. But I don't think if you were doing that, you would use Pedro Pascal and Oscar Isaac. Those are very now kind of people. Well, Oscar maybe, but Oscar is Solid Snake. That's like a now. That's a now kind of thing. This is a hot meme for now. So I feel like if you're going for retrograde or you're going for intentionally shitty, then you would probably pick meme-ier subject matter, maybe to convey that. Maybe I'm reading too much into it. That's just me. In a good way, an avant-garde meme. Well, okay, then maybe I'm saying the obvious. Oh. Okay. Interesting. I like this a lot. This is sort of getting into the this meme brought to you by blank gang. You got a joke, punchline, and then commentary. There's a couple of meme formats like that. The most overarching and the most beautiful thing about this is linking cyberpunk slang and characters to existing airlines. I'm assuming this word worked backwards from Pan Am. Doesn't matter. Extruded text also beautiful. Strokes around characters, loving it. This separator, also very good, actually, having a explicit separator. Yeah, it's I feel like I want Delta and Pan Am to also be extruded, maybe even more so. That's supposed to be the bang, right? Sorry, V, we need to Delta the fuck out of here. That's the elbow to the ribs. But the way that this text is presented, the extruded text makes the surrounding lines seem more important than the hit of the logo, and that being the reference. So I feel like this should be even more shitty extruded text. No, that's the big thing. That's the jazz hands. To me, like extruding text is jazz handing it. Maybe again, this is just my read. So I feel like the logos should have like a lens flare and an extrusion on them to make it even more stupid. Like that's the okay, I get it. That's the joke. I like the mixing of fonts. Like you have your commentary character in a different font. That's great. Because it has a different voice. It's a different perspective. I like the super text. That's pretty good too. Yeah, the only possible commentary I can have. Why is Judy there? Just slipping in some commentary. Maybe Judy has some experience about Panam. You know? And just kind of giving a little flavor text to you, the meme viewer. Only commentary is like it's just readable text, unfortunately. Like this text here, especially here, kind of blurs together. That's kind of it. Really, that's it. And that's a bit of a stretch, man. I'll take this. This is a great. Really, really hard to find a problem with this meme. Mostly, I think it's the purity of creative intent that shines through. Oh, hey, Pop-Tart. What's up? Welcome. I think it's just such a solid creative idea. Super well executed. I like the juxtaposition of having Johnny in Night City and Panam out in the boons. You got to throw a little Judy in there just for the shareability, you know, give the people what they want. Hard to find a problem here, you know? 9 5s. Okay. So I'm a little out of my depth here, I think. I haven't played Escape from Tarkov. Trapped on Solaris, I'm not quite sure what even that's a reference to. So Bruce would get this one. Yeah. This one's I think a little beyond my reckoning. I'm going to tell you what I like. I like Papyrus. I like the perspective here. I think that's really smart. It almost looks like a doormat, like you're inviting somebody to feel a certain way. I like that. Johan, thank you for the cheer and the other cheer. You're getting a little cheer happy. May talk about your Clementine and sing of Rosalie, but the Yellow Rose of Texas is the only gal for me. You're trying to bait me into it, huh? Almost. I do like the sky here, Tarkovsky, because I feel like I want to say Tarkovsky, and this is giving me an excuse to. So I like that. I like this face. I don't know who that is or why they're in this image, but I like it anyway.
I hate to say it, but you're in bad shape.
I'll say this. Knowing nothing about the source materials, or the source influences here, I still like this meme. I do. Makes me happy to look at it. So, I think that speaks to its craft on some level. Cortania, we being cheer happy? I guess so. Well, thank you very much. Let me just say, OC, solid meme work all around. The only like notes for improvement I have, I'm not even sure that they weren't unintentional, you know? So well done. May I ask what's going on? The stream stated Danganronpa gameplay. It did, and that is, yeah. I'm getting back to that now. You're right, though. It wasn't quite that for a minute. Somebody wanted to share their memes. And I have to admit, they were great memes. Great memes. Just a lot of talent in there. It's great to see talent. Perhaps restrained by executional, but maybe that was intentional. It's not up for me to say. But talented meme production in general. Werewolf, hey, what's up? Yep, almost to 12 months. Almost there. What's this game's style? Oh. This is a visual novel. A spooky visual novel. And I have to get to the gym. And I was there not too long ago. I'm sure I'll figure out how to get back there. Horror meme reviews? I don't. So I'm slowly catching up on memes. Slowly. Oh goodness, that's a lot of fella packed into not a lot of pants. More internet art reviews in general. Yeah, I want to get into more shit, man. Maybe I'll do that instead of Dragon Quest 11. Just do commercial commentary. Pi Wacket, thank you very much for the sub. Ooh, Jide, thanks for the prime. Confused about this game. I thought it was like a Phoenix Wright. It is sort of. Much more downer of an atmosphere, but yeah, because Phoenix Wright is basically a visual novel too. But it's kind of like Phoenix Wright, except more time is spent on the investigation and like life phase. Thank you, Robot Porn.
さて何なの何それそれは
Hi, what part of the armed forces are you with?
Thank you, Cortania.
確かに
Or Cortana. Wow, I was saying that wrong the whole time. Well, I've got it now. So I'm sorry about that.
もしかするとオカルト話じゃねえぞ。
No one gets it right. Yeah. Do that little, like, letter jumble. It's okay. I figured it out now. Yeah. Only seen 2 episodes of the anime for Danganronpa. Weird. How does the anime fit into the game series? Is there, like, an ideal time to watch the anime?
もしかすると
Oh, you're fine with core? Okay.
リアルな話
Monosyllabic nicknames are useful. Yeah. Anime time. Oh, the first one was an adaptation of this game? Oh, okay. Ooh. Ooh. Yeah, there's... I think when I played Higurashi and then watched Higurashi, I was like, oh, I get it. The line between television show and visual novel can be pretty blurry, especially when they produce a TV show like a visual novel, which is to say that the show itself kind of incorporates starting over multiple times and seeing the same events with slightly different outcomes. Hannah, thank you for the cheer. The pennies are still appreciated. Thank you very much. Wait, there's new Higurashi? What? That doesn't make any sense. I mean, sure, whatever. I guess there's always, Japanese teens that want to strangle each other or something. They did a reboot? Yeah, that makes sense. As much as Western media critics will decry the reboot sequel phenomenon, like, oh, just give me something new, I'm so tired of all this media. Man, Japanese stuff is They have no compunction about drilling as far down into the vein of a property as they can, monetizing it in every possible way. So, I'm not shocked.
それで
はにゃにゃお願いしょぼーん今日は黒い気分ね
Blackened? First time watching Higurashi was in a creepy cabin in the woods. It was a good time. Oh man, that would be the perfect time to do it. The problem with Higurashi is like you really have to like you've got to prep everyone to be patient. And I also think if you just never played a visual novel, the very concept of Higurashi as a series doesn't make a lot of sense. You have to like you got to tell people like stop asking questions and just roll with it. Maybe that's me talking to myself right now, but I feel like it's a very challenging show to get people into. How many copy pastas are we allowed? 1 a day, sort of. Maybe. I want to say 1 a day on THC Tuesday and that's it. But Johan, for you specifically, right now, I'll allow 2. That doesn't mean that everyone else gets 2. It doesn't mean that everyone else even gets 1. I might time you out if your name is not Johan Content and you try to copy pasta. I might. Maybe I won't. I don't know what I'll do, but I could do it. So, yeah, Ruby, I don't know that you get 1 a day either. Maybe you don't. Maybe not. This music is so good.
Oh my god, そんなマル秘な情報が入っています。今から配りますので、さっさとご覧になってください。
Huh. I mean, if you're locked in a trans-dimensional high school, are you really that concerned if people know an embarrassing teen secret? Maybe? Damn. Johan, that's superb copy pasta. I think you've enriched not only me, but everybody else for posting that. Is that from... That feels like it's from Warhammer 40k. What is that from? Yeah, what's the Omnissiah? Okay. At least one of the characters was like, yo, this isn't that big of a deal.
Hi.
There's really, for me at least as a viewer, and maybe this is just the like video gamer in me speaking, but I feel like there really isn't something that buys me into a narrative more than events happening and me having some questions as a viewer, and then a character in the scene or in the narrative asking those questions. I guess to some degree, the response matters too. But merely the movie acknowledging my concerns feels so validating as a viewer sometimes. Because I often feel like a lot of narratives, at some point, I get the sense they're expecting me to be invested, but I'm just not. You know, especially when they start killing characters that I just don't give a shit about. I'm like, whatever. You know, this narrative doesn't get me. It's not for me. That's funny, I'm kind of the same way. Just replace acknowledge my concerns with giant anime boobies. And now you got, okay, yes, yeah, I see, those are some juicy ass titties. Damn. Yeah, God bless. If there's one thing I love about anime, it's that everyone gets to enjoy body dysmorphia compared to it. For the ladies, you were, compared to, held up against just the most astoundingly ballistic breasts. Good God. Meanwhile, men are ostensibly compared to the 3% body fat, shredded and lithe sports anime boys. Just like, Jesus Christ. It's like you're a tube of a human. Incredible. So, anime is the one place where everyone can find their horny ideal, but all of those images are so far removed from the human condition.
聞きたまえ。いいかね。そうだろうそうだろう。成長せよ。
私
ほうふりふり
まったく
さこれ
これごめんなさい。でも
Man, what is her deal? She's got to mellow out on this.
あのさ
そうだな。いいかね。
So what I recall, this is just Battle Royale, the old Japanese novel, in a school with a homicidal bear that controls the stakes, and there are court decisions on who lives or dies. Yes, yeah, you're correct. I mostly just pieced this together with the help of chat, who knows this game far better than I do, but yeah, all these high schoolers woke up here. Monokuma said you'll never get to escape. The only way out is if you kill another student and get away with it. So the students then decide not to kill each other, and then Monokuma's like, well shit, now I gotta spice it up a little bit. So Monokuma tries to invite scenarios in which the students will, or one of the students will elect to kill another student. And then there's a trial, and if all of the students accuse the right person, that person is killed. If they accuse the wrong person, then the rest of the students are killed and the killer gets to walk free. Those are the stakes. Or that's the like architecture of the torture scenario.
立ち入り禁止となります。ではでは、いい夢を。おやすみなさい。
I'm guessing that there's a larger narrative here about who Monokuma is, why they're doing it, all that stuff. Who knows? I don't know any of that. I haven't played any Danganronpa game except for this. And I have not... I started this save file, I want to say like 3 years ago, maybe 4. Hey, what's up, Mitch? Enjoy my Prime sub. The Cyberpunk playthrough is possibly the best thing behind THC Tuesday and Weeby Wednesday. Alright, I'm glad you enjoy it. Yeah, I'll be back on Cyberpunk tomorrow for sure. What are the best horny games on the Switch? Well, Xenoblade Chronicles 2 can be pretty horny. There's a couple of horny game. What is it? Gun Pixies. Shockingly good and very horny. Oh goodness. Hold on, Johan. Let's pause. Hold on, y'all. We're gonna get cultured here. Johan dropped in some transatlantic meme. Swedish. All right, here we go. Hold on a minute.
Söner av ett folk, som blött på Narvas hed, på Polens sand, på Leipzigs slätter, Lützens kullar, en har Finlands kraft ej dött, en kan med oväns blod, ett fält här färgas rött, bort vila. Rast och fred, en storm är lös, det ljungar eld, och fältkanoners åska rullar, framåt led vid led, på tappre män se tappre fäders andar ned, ädlaste mål oss lyser på vår bana. Skarpt är vårt stål, och blöda är vår vana, alla käckt framåt, här är vår sekelgamla frihets sköna stråt.
Cool. Is this an anthem? It kind of reads like lyrics to a national anthem or like a battle song, you know? Oh wait, no. Definitely keep that shit muted. It's what's sung to the president. All right. Yeah. Hey, fitting day for that. I second Zonky Zero. It's got the Danganronpa style storytelling with a dungeon crawler and a unique what kills you makes you stronger level up mechanic. Huh. Zonky Zero.
Ohayou gozaimasu.
Why are you in my room? Oh shit. Somebody got Mordored. I'm just going right there, huh? All right. I really like the way that this game plays with perspective. I think that's super, super cool. It really contributes to the notion that everyone's sort of trapped in this alternate reality.
Oi.
Like this stuff right here. Well, do I have a mouse? No. So they like the screens on the wall, how like their shape doesn't match the perspective you're seeing them at. There was so much of that. Like depicting interiors is like this wacky funhouse sort of thing. It does have like a circus sort of aspect about it.
もしや
何なの？
当然だ。
最低。
What's up, T Wood? Welcome.
待て。まあいいだろう。
The game is afoot. So wait, how does anyone know that anything bad happened? Unless they know what happened. Why are we searching? Oh, I get to go to the second floor now? Oh, maybe not. It was of the school. It's a different section. Very well. God, this music is so oppressive. Jeez.
リアルな話。おいおい。どうだ。
Wow. How does his jacket stay on? With coolness? Because he's a rad dude. Why is the pool on the second floor? Also, I thought there would be an event or something that would fire when I came up here. Alas. Guess I better start clearing goddamn rooms. Oh, probably in the library, I'm guessing. A truly above ground pool. Shit, that's funny. You dead? You dead, bro? Oh. Well, thanks for putting a pin in it. Does a different color of the hallways mean anything? No, I think that's just like... To me, this almost reminds me of like Star Trek sets, or like some show shortly after Technicolor was a thing. They just put these giant colored lights everywhere because they could, and it was awesome. That's kind of the vibe I get here. It's just hyper colored to maybe even sort of drive home just how otherworldly all this is supposed to be. I don't know if they have significance though. Maybe they do. Is it in the pool, maybe? That'd be spooky. Can you teleport? I don't think so. It really doesn't take that long to move between the areas, especially if you know where you're going. Wow.
現在は捜査のために ロックを解除してあります。
決まりだ。なるほど。
Oh, I see. Oh shit. Oh fuck. Alright. Oh, I didn't expect that, actually. I forgot that happened. Womp womp. That's what happens when it's anime time. Boing.
なるほど。面白い。
何なのだ。
She changed her expression like you want her to? I guess so. Yeesh. What's up, backstabber? Mr. Green in the study, yeah.
一定の自由時間の後、学級裁判を開きます。
Mr. Sundare in the gym.
なんだ。
Can dudes be Sundare? Probably.
Yeah! 当然だ。
Being a dare isn't gender exclusive, it's just how you act romantically. Yeah, I guess I just never have seen it apply to a male character. Oh, shit. I've seen it in Korean anime series. Oh, okay. I'm gonna play the whole series? I don't know. Maybe? Maybe not on stream. I think it's something I could probably play alone, just kind of thumbing through the text. Here come those fluids again. Oh. Oh, wow. She's like straight up panicking. That's how it looked 30 minutes ago, eating some fried chicken. Yeah. We've all had this face at some point. Usually related to fried chicken. When you ate too much and your entire brain is dedicated to digestion, man. Life is just a series of moments between that exact second. When your entire body is singularly focused on sleeping and processing food into body fat. And you're just like, man. Is it possible for everyone to disagree on who the killer is? I don't think so. I think as you go forward, it becomes fairly clear. And it's just kind of part of the narrative.
Oi! 不眠ね。当然だ。なんだ。不眠ね。てめえ。
Jesus. It's basically a visual novel with minigames. You get a game over if you don't figure out who did it. Yeah, yep.
落ち着いて。
You get hit buttons sometimes.
だって。そうよ。
Genocide Jack. Oh shit, I did it. I promised you I'd do it. Hold on. I promised you I would do it, and here's the evidence. Well, it's empty anyway. When you're with the Law Dog, let's go. This game is twisted and amazing. Kill with the awesome work. Yeah, I'm excited to explore it a little bit more. Also, what's going on in the background there? It's like a titty anime girl bending over. I guess this is the gym. You gotta motivate the boys. Pump that iron. What?
ならば
Yeah, it took me forever to see that too, Ice. She got Pepto all over her face, yeah. Somebody had bad heartburn when they were doing some squats. Dropped the bottle, there was a splurt.
にゃほほほほ。お仕置きが待ってて。
面白い。
あのさ、仕
Goodness.
方がありませんわね。よろしいですか？
Yeah, this is the girls' locker room. I thought so, but there was like workout equipment, so I'm confused here. Why are there like pull-up bars in the girls' locker room, and why is there a titty anime girl? My immersion is ruined. The reason of the murder and why she was framed near the poster is probably correlated, as is why it's in a locker room. You're probably right. A blunt object. Head trauma. What could it have been? Well, I guess it'll take a second for me to work my investigative magic on the scene.
当然だ。は。なんだ。黙れ。行くぞ。そう。
The real murderer is society. If only she'd been allowed to reach her true potential.
妙だな。なんだ。だが。もしや。ああ。されど。
Yeah, Miko, this music is so good. Man, the soundtrack of this game in general is just exceptional. The cause of Chihiro's complex.
なんだ。行くぞ。
Oh, there is no helping? I mean, is this really a game where you can help? If that's what you were asking, Backstabber? I encourage discussion about what's going on, for sure. Discussion of the game in general, sharing of your enthusiasm for the game. 100%. I'm all about that. Johan in here with it. With the tips. Ah, there's a yellow rose in Texas. I'm going there to see. No other feller knows her. Nobody known to me. She cried so when I left her. It's like to broke my heart. And if we ever meet again, we'd never walk apart. I don't. Now that you've written those out, I'm questioning whether I ever knew the lyrics to that song. Goodness. Wait, what? What? Keep out of the door? Oh, maybe. Yeah, I think that is different. Yep, I think you're right.
なんだ。
お呼びで
そうだ。
なんかよ。まったくもう。もちろん。
つまり不眠ね。
にゃほほほほ。かあ。お前。まったくもう。
Oh boy. So they're already like violating their own rules or trying to explain why that's okay. Oh jeez. Okay, whatever.
まあいいだろう。
Great. Downloading torrents is fine, but uploading them is illegal. Yeah, you have to like, when it comes to the law, you gotta have some pretty definitive rules. It's fun that way. Alright, I gotta get more water. I'll be right back. See you guys in a second. Hey everybody, I'm back for a brief amount of time. Very brief. I think I'm actually gonna wrap up the stream now. Well, let me get to a save point, but yeah, I have fulfilled my duties, my obligations, my promises. I've drank 2 full bottles of champagne. I am a hero for that. So I appreciate you. Yeah, weeb quote has been satisfied. I might bump Dragon Quest to tomorrow, but yeah, for now I'm gonna wrap it up there. Zach, you shut up right in time. Let me close things down. I got a champagne headache. So I'm just gonna go lay on the couch. And now I'm thinking about fried chicken, so I'm probably gonna eat some fried chicken. I'm gonna enjoy everything that's good in this life, and that's champagne and fried chicken. So I'm gonna do that. I hope you guys do the same. But I'll raid on to some other channels. So thank you guys very much for watching. Apologies about the abbreviated stream, but that's you know, celebrating a good day. It was a good day, and there will be many more of these. As long as we make them happen, I guess. All right, well, thank you for watching. I'll catch you next time. Bye, everybody.